like that new intro song, guys, because that's it. That's the new intro song. I had a couple of friends of mine, Brandon from Azath, Andrew from Rip to Shreds. We put that song together, just kind of sent some messages back and forth, worked on a style, and those guys banged out a killer fucking track that I'm super stoked to have a part of my channel. I'm super stoked to have worked with those guys on getting an intro song that I think I'm really gonna like. Hope you guys like it too. Let me know what you think. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Please do so. You're gonna like it. So we'll get to what we're playing in the background in a few minutes. It's been a challenge maintaining this channel for a while. So we have been so busy with new house stuff. I've been painting, gardening, hauling dirt, shoveling dirt, 7 tons of dirt, ripping out old flooring, burning old flooring, painting, unpacking tons of boxes, cleaning out gutters, up here, over there, unpacking boxes, painting, hauling out dead trees, cutting down dead trees, painting, and finally visiting a lot of friends that I haven't seen and family that I haven't seen for a long time now that I have been vaccinated fully. On top of that, not that this is a laundry list of reasons why I haven't uploaded in a while or whatever, but there's some challenges going on. I'm working through trying to figure out how to keep the videos going. Our internet out here, the satellite internet is shit. So we blew through our data limit last month, and I only uploaded 1 video in the last month, so have to figure that out. I think I have an idea though on how to get around that anyways. The speed is bad, the data limit is bad. I've also lost the charger for my camera somewhere in the move, so I'm either gonna order a new one or whatever. So you might notice this is actually being filmed on my old phone, which is also on its last leg anyways. So shit is really piling up on me, and I haven't really been buying a lot of records because money is just flowing out of my wallet left and right. But got a little bit of stack of stuff here that you might find entertaining. So just a small collection update. Hopefully this is finished by the time this side B of this album is over with. So if you like the intro song, come on, you heard it, right? Fucking ruled. One of the many bands that my buddy Brandon is in, it's called Azath. Through a Warren of Shadow is the album that came out last year on Pulverized Records out of Singapore. This was on a lot of year-end lists last year, and rightfully so. It's really amazing, blackened kind of death metal with just heaving fucking buckets of might. Everybody's been saying it sounds like music that this dragon would listen to or make, and that's a very apt summation. Artwork by Mark Riddick, of course. Get a little bit of an insert here. Black vinyl, as far as I know. Got a lot of records in, more than usual. So all you vinyl geeks ought to enjoy that. So yeah, killer stuff. Check out Azath. Also, I don't have a physical, but Rip to Shreds has a full length out. Check it out on Bandcamp. Stuff rules. It's like this kind of more, kind of coming from the school of Entombed Left Hand Path kind of study with some kind of HM2 sort of sensibilities, but really kind of bouncy and grindy and really, really fun. Not as like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of times something is like death metal or grindy coming out these days. I'm kind of worried that it's going to be like kind of trendy or washed up or something, but it's really interesting and kind of doesn't really fit in with the look of a lot of other modern stuff coming out these days. So it's really interesting. Check out Rip to Shreds. The album title is actually in Chinese, so I'm not sure how to say it, but I'll leave the link down below for all of this stuff so you can check out all of it whenever you're finished watching me breathe through my mouth. So, I don't know, you're probably curious about what this is in the background. Let's get that out of the way. Got these in today. Dude! Pretty stoked on this. I hope it's, since this is a new room, new levels, this isn't necessarily going to be my permanent backdrop forever, but in the meantime, this is my makeshift just vinyl spot, so thought I would shoot a video here and kind of get acquainted. I'm not sure if this is going to be too loud or too quiet or what have you, but you'll have to deal with it. You'll have to enjoy me, okay? So, this is a band that goes way back to like 1994, and their debut came out on Napalm Records in 1996. This is not the one we're listening to. This is the self-titled debut by In Battle. For the first time on vinyl, thanks to Nomad Snake Pit. This is limited to 300 copies, hand numbered. I honestly kind of wish I would have played this one and shown you the other one, because the other record is gorgeous splatter vinyl. Got a nice insert there with some unreleased photos. Kind of a sore spot. The drummer Otto Wicklund here passed away back in 2006, sadly. Dude was insanely talented, as you'll hear on both of these records. But it's been kind of a relief to finally see this come out on vinyl, because this is one of the more underappreciated bands to have come out on Napalm Records back in the 90s, which is just entirely my wheelhouse. Everything on Napalm Records between 94 and 99 was fucking bread and butter. I was eating that shit up as a teenager, and that's why I'm so fat today. So, finally back on vinyl. You may be able to still pick up copies of this from Nuclear War Now, but get on it quick. I believe this is a new photograph added to this re-release. Killer stuff. So that's like nasty, brutal, hyper speed, super raw black metal with a lot of melodicism, kind of a brethren of like Cythereal, if you're familiar. But this is recorded in Sunlight Studios, but it does not sound great like a lot of Sunlight Studios albums do. It was recorded by Fred Espy. I'm not sure if the fact that Skogsberg didn't record it, maybe that's why it sounds like... I wouldn't have guessed that this was recorded in Sunlight Studios if you just played it for me. It doesn't really have that signature kind of sound to it. But it's killer nonetheless. It is just a blitzkrieg mindfuck of Swedish melodicism. So satisfying. So that's a really nasty, raw debut. For their second full-length, Rage of the Northmen, you may recognize this cover from, what is that other band called? I just showed a copy of it. I'll put it right here because my brain is fried right now. Rage of the Northmen, though, was recorded kind of a better sounding studio. I think Ballerina Audio. It rings a bell, but I'm not sure what else was recorded there. But there's the guys, John Brolin, Otto Wicklund. I actually did an interview with these guys back when this album came out, and it never was put into a publication, as far as I remember. But this was a lot slicker, a lot... I think they were also pared down to a two-piece on this one, so just a little bit more focused, a little bit more slick and polished, but killer stuff. You'll hear Otto Wicklund's drumming all over the place. It's insanely mighty and good. Couple other things I've been getting in. Sitting on the floor here. This is not comfortable. Sitting on the floor for you. So, of course, I had to pick up, I actually pre-ordered the new Paysage d'Hiver. This is Geister. Didn't expect him to put out an album so soon after the double Involved last year. But I don't know, it's not, like, I'm kind of getting tired of the same thing from Paysage d'Hiver. Kind of a one-trick pony at this point. And there are moments, though, when the magic is still there, and that's what keeps me coming back. I did like Involved quite a bit, but there were some cheesier moments, and even for every album since the self-titled one, there's been quite a few moments on the albums where I was like, kind of rolling my eyes at how cheesy the synthy kind of parts were and stuff. So I'm kind of over Paysage d'Hiver, but not to the point where I'm not buying basically everything he releases. So Of course I picked up Geister. This is a different style by quite a bit for him. I don't know if this is gonna like bring forth any fans that like weren't fans of his previous material. I don't think this is like evolved enough to make fans of people who weren't already into Paysage de Verre, frankly. But this is a lot more mid-paced. It's way more direct and tangible. I read a Bandcamp review for a second before I actually heard this that said it was like black and roll, and I was like, what the fuck? That's not true, but I can't really blame someone for maybe pulling that term out of a limited bag of phrases. It's less black metal for sure. It is kind of using some of those more like fist banging kind of tempos than you would expect, especially from a project like Paysage de Verre. And obviously it's a lot less nasty and distant and cold than a lot of his other stuff. It's a new experimentation, and frankly I'm kind of excited that he is finally like moving away from the Paysage de Verre that we all know by now after 30 albums of the same thing. But this was good. I definitely don't regret picking it up. I kind of recommend picking it up. It's interesting, and I guess I'm more excited to see where he goes from here, because this was kind of interesting. So we'll see what happens next. A couple more CDs. I don't know, this isn't a whole lot to write home about, but I picked up this live Blood Incantation album. I just kind of felt like throwing these boys some money because I bought a shirt from them and wound up picking this up too for 10 bucks. Oh, there's my Paysage de Verre CD. So this is a live album recorded in 2017 in New York. Playing, I think, one song off of Starspawn, or is it two? I'm not sure. I made it like halfway through. I haven't really had a lot of time to listen to a lot of stuff lately, so it sounds really good. I just kind of wanted to throw the guys a couple extra bucks along with my shirt. I also got a visit from my buddy Cal and Claire from Dryad the other day, and dude dropped off a copy of this Mortify album. It is called Grotesque Buzzsaw Defilement. Super, super fun release. Obviously wearing the HM2 right on their sleeve, but I thought this was going to be a lot more ham-fisted, stupid, maybe boring than it actually was. It's really, really fun, grindy, kind of short songs, something like, oh, what's that band? Frightmare, kind of like that. Maybe a little bit more like, what is that other band dude is in from Frightmare? Lord Gore, kind of like that. It's really, really ripping fucking fun. HM2 guitars all over the place, of course, but it's not, I don't think it's as in the face with the HM2 sound as a lot of other bands are, honestly. So this was fun. Thank you, Cal. Obliteration Records put this out. I'm guessing you can pick this up in his distro next time he puts out an update. I'll leave a link down below for you to get on his subscription list. So this is going to be hard to show you without like really going into great detail about. I'm trying to keep this kind of short. We got a couple more records. Grom's Ascension. Amazing, amazing release. So Nordic Mission has recently reissued this 2 CD set. So Ascension was the full length that originally came out on Arctic Serenades in '94. And this is the EP that came out after it in '95. Haven't listened to the EP yet, so just scratch that. But Groms were a Christian Norwegian death metal band. They fit best in that death metal category, but I wouldn't say they're really like any other death metal band of that ilk. Right now, this is the live bonus track from the In Battle LP, and holy shit, this is amazing. The drummer on this is actually Nils Fjellstrom, who I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos from lately. Dude's a fucking insanely talented drummer. Anyways, Groms were a Christian death metal band from Norway, and I don't know what they might have been listening to or influenced by at the time. So my best comparison really is they may have been like influenced by Autopsy, maybe kind of like Candlemass or something, because there's big, weird, kind of atonal, sweeping, moving riffs going on. And it kind of winds up sounding, honestly, a lot like Soulside Journey by Darkthrone. It's super good. It's very experimental for the time, but don't let that distract you from thinking this is just amazing. So fucking good. Just because it's Christian. Like, honestly, I only listen to good Christian music. Speaking of that, filling in more of my Darkthrone vinyl collection with Total Death. Haven't spun this yet, so I can't necessarily speak to the sound quality of the pressing on it. But isn't it funny? I was thinking that, like, Moonfog peeled Darkthrone away from Peaceville Records, and now Peaceville is reissuing all the Moonfog releases. Funny, huh? Not my favorite Darkthrone by any means. In fact, after the first 4, you know, it's kind of whatever. But this may be the best, like, post Transylvanian Hunger album as far as I'm concerned. So happy to have a copy of that. I was always really tempted to spend like maybe 125 or so for a Moonfog pressing of this. So this puts that in my path. Probably sounds better. I've kind of always been hesitant about picking up Moonfog vinyl releases because I'm not sure how good the sound quality might be. Maybe I'm just fucking pulling that out of nowhere. I don't know. But so my buddy Brandon, who did the intro, which was amazing, also sent me along this Ghoul LP, To Profane the Flesh with Crimson Teeth. I put this in for a minute and spun it, and it was way more gnarly and nasty than I was expecting it to be. And honestly, it kind of scratched an itch that I've been wanting to get into lately. It's just absolute cavernous, grim as fuck black metal. I think this is a side project of 2 members. I haven't really researched this whatsoever. I want to say Brandon from Azath is also in this. I'm not certain, but really, really cool. Honestly, it's got kind of a lot of Panzerfausty kind of riffs. Reminds me a little bit of Blue House Nord's. Is it the first memory of Vetusta? I can't remember right now. My head is spinning with metal records all over the place. So cool shit. I'll put a Bandcamp link down below. I think there's one more bonus track, yeah. And finally, I try not to feature this band too prominently on my channel because Faust is a piece of shit. You're such a tough guy, why do you gotta kill people for being gay, dude? Anyways, I had to pick up these half-speed remasters from Emperor. This is a landmark album for me. And I gotta say, the half-speed masters sound fucking amazing. I played this thing the loudest I've ever played an album on this system because it does sound remarkably different. So you can look into what half-speed masters are. It's the first time these albums have been pressed or actually transferred from the original DAT tapes since they were originally released. So it's, you know, newer technology. It's got a very updated mix and mastering to it, mastered only for vinyl. These sound so fucking much better than the Back on Black pressings that I've always had. There's nothing bonus about them. There's really no extra artwork or anything, but they really sound remarkably better than I've ever heard these albums sound. So that's what I got in lately. I'm not buying a whole lot of stuff lately. Expecting some Vindir, Sanguish Sugarbog, maybe 1 or 2 other things, but we'll check in a little while with another collection update and anything else I can figure out how to throw together in the meantime. I'm stoked to have finished this video by the time this record ended. So, I hope you're all doing well. Thanks for checking in, and we'll see you next time. Keep it metal.